Hey up, Rock God 2004 back with another video for you. And this is finally the one that I've been saying is going to be my next one. As you can probably guess by the title and the thumbnail, this is my entire Hammer collection to date. I don't have everything, and there's like sets of stuff, where there's like so many sequels, like for instance, the Dracula films. There's one or two I don't have, so I'll tell you what they are. Also, I'm not going to show them in the order of release because I want to show you them in like sort of more like the relevant groups. What I mean is the Draculas, the Frankensteins, and things like ones that are released by the same label with slip covers and stuff like that, because they all match. I will show you everything I've got though. But yeah, they won't necessarily be in order of the very first film and onwards. There is also the odd one where you get a bonus film. I think it's either one or two of them. I'll also explain that as I go along as well. So, let's get started. This is going to be a long one. So the first little batch I'm going to show you, it's like a sort of little batch of odds and sods / standalone films. I've got these mainly from Indicator, but there is one or two which are different release companies, but these are all Hammer films. So the first one, which came out in 1959, is The Two Faces of Dr. Jekyll. This was all right. I was very disappointed. I expected more from Hammer. But it was still a pretty decent watch. As always with Indicator, you always get a nice picture disc. I think it was mainly the guy who played the Jekyll and Hyde character. I kind of didn't gel with him. So I think he kind of spoiled it. They did a far better Jekyll film later on, which we'll get to. So yeah, the first one up, 1959, The Two Faces of Dr. Jekyll. The next one came out in 1960, and this is a black and white film. For me personally, without being overly graphic, so when I say this word, I mean it in a different sense of the word. This is one of the most disturbing films I've seen for an old black and white film and for a Hammer film. Put it into context. Don't be thinking it's like, oh God, I'm not going to be asleep. It's what's talked about, but it's done very delicately. Even so, it's disturbing as hell, and this film will absolutely blow you away. I've recommended this film to a few people who've gone out and bought it, and they've watched it, and they've shared exactly the same opinions as me. A brilliant film. Wow. It gets you. This is Never Take Sweets from a Stranger. Obviously, the title explains exactly why it's disturbing. I don't want to say anything about this film apart from watch it. How the hell it got away with being a certificate 12, I don't know. For me, it should have been a 15. What a film this is. The people who've watched this, who I've talked to about, not one of them, not one, have been disappointed with it. But it's one of those that lingers after you've watched it, because it is, oh, it's creepy as hell. It's the subject matter, which is obvious, really. The little girl in it, the main little girl, what an actress. She's also in the original Dracula. She's been in a few films. She's a cracking little actress, she is. It does open with her and her friend So these two girls playing in this garden. I think they're on, I can't remember, it's a seesaw or a swing or something. I can't remember. And I think the main character, little character, I think money falls out of her pocket or something, and I haven't got any money for sweets. So a friend says, I know where we can get some sweets from. And there's this huge house just near where they're playing. So off they go to the house. That is all I'm telling you. Watch this film. Wow. Never Take Sweets, From a Stranger, from 1960. What a film. Next up, this is also another cracking film. You do find that a lot of these older ones have these amazing twists, and they get me every time. This is a cracker. This has got Christopher Lee in it. It's called Taste of Fear. Now, if you haven't seen this, I highly recommend it because it is such a damn good film. And it's got so many, like, red herrings and twists and stuff. It starts off with, you see a girl, I think she's drowning or she's struggling or something. Anyway, so they drag her onto the boat and she's laid there. And you think, is she dead or not? And then it jumps forward to coming to, I think, is it England or there's another country? I think it's England they come to for a holiday. And she gets out the taxi. She's in a wheelchair. And it's the girl from the lake. And she's arriving at her dad's house. And that's all I'm going to say. Because from then on, wow, great film, 1962, Taste of Fear. The next one over here, this is called Captain Clegg. Now, I heard that title and I just thought straight away, is that like a sort of a pirate-y thing, or I don't know, did nothing for me. And then Scream Factory in these states released it and the American title, it's a better title than Captain Clegg. The artwork is phenomenal, loads better. And it's got a lovely slipcover as well. In America, and on this one, it's called Night Creatures. Look at that artwork. Let's see if I can straighten the cellophane out. There you go. I love that. This one stars Peter Cushing. I've seen people say that they don't class this one as a horror film. I kind of do. Because that scene is as absolutely creepy as hell. Patrick Allen's in it with Peter Cushing. Oliver Reed is in it. It basically says, in the 18th century, a Navy captain and his sailors investigate the rampaging marsh phantoms. That's them. Terrorising a coastal town, but their search is hindered by the Reverend Dr. Bliss, which is Peter Cushing, and a horrifying curse. Directed by Peter Graham Scott, this chiller also stars Oliver Reed, Yvonne Romain, and Hammer Films regular Michael Ripper. I love Michael Ripper. I would class that as like an old horror film to me. It is. I mean, it's got some creepy minutes in it. So it's just a really enjoyable film. I had a blast with it. Absolutely loved it. So glad I got it. And I'm glad I got the American edition with that slipcover. So that's Night Creatures, also known over here as Captain Clegg. The next one is another black and white film. I liked it. Really good film. What put me off this is the setting. It's like it's set in like a Mediterranean country or somewhere where it's hot. And when it's sunny and hot and black and white, and I just didn't like the feel of it. However, the storyline was excellent. And the opening scene is quite disturbing because it starts with a RAPE. And this is called Maniac, not to be confused with the slasher film. This is a black and white one. And this is from 1963. The maniac stalks his wife, his daughter, their lover. That's a tagline. White hot terror called clammy fear. Give me a break. But yeah. Nice picky disc. I did forget actually to show you the Night Creatures one, because I was getting that excited with that artwork. So this is obviously like loads of, well, most of the Scream Factory releases does have reversible artwork, which is that. It's nowhere near as nice, but I thought, well, if I do that, I've got the best of both worlds anyway, because that's on the other side. But that artwork is also, like I said, it's on the other side of there, and it's also on the disc. Love that film. I really do love that film. So yes, Maniac is a black and white film, even though it was made after that. It doesn't feel like a Hammer film. Don't know why. I personally think it's that setting I was talking about, the hot setting type of thing, like in wherever it is supposed to be. I can't remember now. Columbia Pictures made this one as well. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I'll watch it again, definitely. Not for a while, but I will watch it again. There's the two people who work in the bar, which is, I think is it a mother and a daughter, or an auntie and a daughter? I can't remember. But this guy, he just starts to get close to the daughter. And the mother steps in, and you want to kill her. You think, go away, just because he's after the younger one. What a pain in the ass. Definitely worth watching. I've seen far worse. Trust me, it is definitely better than the Two Faces of Dr. Jekyll. Anyway, that's Maniac. This one, oh my god, this was one of my favourite ones as a kid. I absolutely love this film. And when I watched it all these years later, it didn't disappoint me. I still loved it. I couldn't remember much about it because I hadn't seen it since I was a kid. But my God, I love this. This is The Gorgon. What a film. And this one was made in 1964. Definitely feels like a Hummer. A Hummer? What a bell end! Hammer film. It's a blast. Love it. It's just basically it's the woman with the snakes on her head, and that's what terrified me as a kid. I used to I wait for her and giving it this, and when she comes on, I was like, yeah, she's not in it a lot, but you normally get that with Hammer films. But yeah, for a 1964 film, it's just a cracker. If you like your Hammer films, you'll be no stranger to this. I think when you first see her, you hear like it's either rattling or a hissing, and it's the snakes, and so it just comes out of the darkness. And I was like, I no wonder it creeped me out when I was a kid, but now I had a blast with it. So yeah, that's The Gorgon. And the next one, this was a bit weird. This could have been so much better. This one stars Stephanie Powers from Heart to Heart, that used to be in with Robert Wagner. This one's 1965. Tallulah Bankhead, I'd never heard of her, and Stephanie Powers. This one's called Fanatic. In the States, it's called Die, Die, My Darling. Now, in the limited edition version of this, you got reversible artwork with the Die, Die, My Darling on it. But because this is just a standard edition, you just get like other titles that are available. They never ever spin round, do they? In line. They always go upside down. It's like it's got a weight on it. I thought this was going to be so much better than it was. Don't get me wrong, it was still enjoyable. I did really enjoy it. It just wasn't as good as I expected it to be. I would say watch it. Yeah, I wouldn't highly recommend going out and like, oh, I must get that film. It ain't all that. It's got a bit of a strange feel to it, I think. I'm trying to think of something to compare it to, and I just genuinely can't. Stephanie Powers is really, really young in it, though, and she looks so pretty in it. But yeah, with a name like Fanatic and the thing on the back saying the ultimate in stabbing suspense, I thought, oh, this could be a tad on the horrific side. Nah, it isn't. But it's pretty good. It's still watchable. Fanatic. And the last one in this little pile, I absolutely, God, I love this film. It was so good. I love the artwork. I love the film. It's been cleaned up so well. The picture quality is fantastic on it. You get a booklet. You get a picture disc. You get art on the back with, like, I think it's the quad poster on it. Is it? It's a few quad posters for the titles. This one is a network release. Now, I got this in one of the network sales, and I thought when I got this, what an absolute bargain. Fantastic. I highly recommend this one. This is Hands of the Ripper. Look at that artwork. Love it. What a brilliant film. If you like your Jack the Ripper stuff, I think you're really going to enjoy this. There's the disc and the booklet. And then when you take those out, just these nice little touches, just they make it for me. So you get, it is the quad poster, but it was a double bill with Twins of Evil and Hands of the Ripper there. The ITV studios, why have they got anything to do with it? I don't know. Put that back in there. I won't show you the booklet. You can purchase the film. Yeah, excellent one there. Really highly recommend that one. Hands of the Ripper. So this next little batch are all sort of related. These are the Frankenstein films that Hammer made. They made 7 in total. I've only got 6. The first one had both Peter Cushing and Christopher Lee in, and it's called The Curse of Frankenstein. So this is the one that was sort of based on the original Frankenstein. And on this one as well, I think this is this one where you get one like a bonus film. Only booklet, World of Hammer, 4-sided. Yes, there's another Hammer film on here that you get as a bonus on the second DVD, because this is Blu-ray and 2 DVDs. And the other film you get, I'd never heard of it and I've never watched it yet. It's called 4-Sided Triangle. It says 4-Sided Triangle bonus feature film. But the extras you get on this are absolutely unreal. You get the main feature in HD, never before released, ratio 1.37.1 or 1:37:1. Audio commentary, and then DVD 1 is basically the same as the Blu-ray, except you get 2 ratios. You can watch it in the same one as the Blu-ray, or then there's the 1:66:1 version. I think one's wider and square. I don't understand all that. And audio commentary. DVD disc 2 is the one where you get the extra film on as well. I love these ones as well. You get the artwork there, like based off the original poster, and then you get 3 discs, which to me, it's just a nice little thing. It sets them off, so you get the film there on DVD for disc 1, and then you get your bonus disc on disc 2 with extra features DVD, and then the Blu-ray is disc 3. I have watched the Blu-ray. I enjoyed this a lot more than I thought, to be honest, because for me, I was one of the Frankenstein. There's no other Frankenstein except for Boris Karloff. I was proved wrong. I don't ever remember seeing this when I was a kid. I do remember Christopher Lee as the monster. I've seen loads of photos of his face and the makeup. But yeah, really, really good one, that one. I'd recommend getting that one, definitely. So that's the first one they did, and that is The Curse of Frankenstein from 1957. So that was made before the first Dracula. So I'm pretty sure that was their first colour horror film. The second one, I loved this one. I actually like this one better than the first one. I got this one before I got the first one. This one is Frankenstein and the Monster from Hell. Peter Cushing is back, but no Christopher Lee, which doesn't bother me anyway, because what a great film this is. Really, really enjoyed this. Another 3-disc one, matching that one. Does this have a bonus film? No, I don't think it does. Main feature restored alternate full frame. Theatrical aspect. Documentary taken over the asylum, the making of Frankenstein and the Monster from Hell. Documentary, Charming Evil. There's more documentaries on this. I think that's why you don't get a bonus film. This one was actually given to me from John at Mondo Cholovec. Cholovec? What a bell end! John at Mondo Cholovec. So thank you very much for this, John, because it was such a fantastic film. John had 2 of these, plus he also got the new box set of it as well, which I'm a bit jealous about, but these will do. Disc 1, again, is the DVD of the film. Disc 2 is the bonus, and Disc 3 is the Blu-ray. For me personally, though, I would recommend that one more than the Christopher Lee one. I don't know what it was, I just enjoyed it a lot more. So that's Frankenstein and the Monster from Hell from 1973. Nah, it's older than that, isn't it? Anyway, the next one is from 1970, so it can't be 73. And I thoroughly enjoyed this. This, for me, was actually one of my favourite ones. And I don't think many people actually think the same. This doesn't have Peter Cushing in it or Christopher Lee. And this is like a standalone film. It's like a retelling of it again. This one is The Horror of Frankenstein. And I think it's Kate O'Mara, is it the caller? Yeah. Kate O'Mara's in it. And this guy here, Ralph Bates, he's such a good actor. He's in quite a few Hammer films. But he was also in a sitcom called Dear John. And he played John, where he got a Dear John letter and he was on his own. And it's one of the funniest things. I'd love to get that on DVD if you can get it. But he plays Baron Frankenstein. And Richard, is it Richard? David Prowse, sorry. For all you Star Wars fans. He plays the monster. But what a cracking film this is. I thoroughly enjoyed this. This is one of the ones that you get from Studio Canal with the slip. This was not easy to get with the slip. But my God, what a bargain it was. I haven't kept this with the other ones with the slips because I wanted to keep all the Frankenstein together. And with these, you always get a DVD and a Blu-ray. And just a little thing. They don't all have these in. There's only a few I've had. I think it's like the earlier ones. But yeah, if you've heard bad things about this, take no notice. If you like Frankenstein films or Hammer horror films, I highly recommend that one. That's The Horror of Frankenstein. This one, I've just got this one. I've wanted this for so long. You can't get this in the UK on Blu-ray. You can only get it, and I think even that's deleted, on DVD. So I ended up getting this American import one. Wasn't cheap, but I've got it. This is a beautiful edition, and this is another fantastic one as well. This one, I'm mentioning John again. This is John's favourite Hammer Frankenstein film. And he was the first person I seen who had this. And when I seen that, I was like, wow, didn't know that existed. It took me ages to find it. Frankenstein Created Woman. Scream Factory have also released this with a slipcover, but the artwork on the slipcover is awful. And I think the extra features are different, but you don't get these art cards in. This was sealed. I've opened this. It was one of those, though, you know, where it's not the slipcover that's sealed, it's just the cover inside. So this was unsealed, but that was sealed. So I just like cut across the top there. This was a great film. Really, really enjoyed this. I just watched this the other night. And for a Frankenstein film, this was different. You know how he normally he makes the bodies up, doesn't he, of other dead bodies and stitches them together and that, right? This is done differently. That's all I'm saying. The artwork on the disc there. And then you got this envelope. Look at that. It's little touches like that, though, that make the real collectors like really appreciate the release more. Now, I didn't know how to open this, but there's no way in hell I was leaving it sealed. I thought, do I open it by these? Can I peel it? I tried both ways. It was going to rip, so I stopped, and I just sliced it across the top. You get these really nice art cards in. They're all plain on the back, but these are actually really good. I think these may be lobby cards. There's one which looks like it's the quad poster. I don't know if it's a US poster that or UK. I know US, they don't get many, but they do get some quad posters, and they do sometimes differ to the UK ones. I love this photo. What a legend. Look at that. I love him. Absolutely amazing actor. I was absolutely gutted when he passed away. We lost a true legend there, I think. But he felt lucky there. And the last one is, I'm assuming it may well be an American one sheet. But lovely little addition. And I really do recommend getting this, even if you're thinking, well, I'm not paying that much for it and all this, but I want to see it, just get the DVD. If you want the Blu-ray, it's definitely worth getting this one. Or you might be able to get the Scream Factory one cheaper, whether it's got a slipcover or not, I don't know. But if slipcovers don't bother you, go for that one. But yeah, Frankenstein Created Woman, cracking film. The next one is the one that I don't have, and it is Frankenstein Must Be Destroyed, which looks like this. and I don't have it, so I've never even seen it either. So there's one missed out. And then the one after that, The Evil of Frankenstein, and I'm not sure if I've watched this one or not, because I look at some of the photos and think, oh yeah, but I don't know. Is this the one where they go to the cave? I must have seen it. If this is the one where it goes in and hides in a cave, then I have seen it. 2-disc set. A Blu-ray and a DVD. The special features, you get the making of The Evil of Frankenstein, a stills gallery, trailer, and a moment with Karen Gardner. Don't know. This is a final cut release. You know what? I don't think I have watched this. I can't remember for the life of me. But that was made in, or came out in, I can't see it. So The Evil of Frankenstein, I can't really say much about it because I can't remember it or I haven't seen it, one of the two. And that was the last one. No, it wasn't. This is the last one they did. This is the 7th one. And this is... Actually, no, it's not the 7th one. I've done them all in the wrong order, I think. Does it matter? 1958, this was the second one. This is The Revenge of Frankenstein. I loved this. I think I like this one better than The Curse of Frankenstein as well. Really, really enjoyed it. So I've got that wrong. The other one wasn't the second one. It was this is it. But I absolutely loved this one. This is the one I got first and seen first. So I'm just talking out my ass as usual. But yeah, I do recommend all of these. That's all the Frankenstein films minus Frankenstein Must Be Destroyed. The next little section I'm going to show you is the Hammer Mummy films. They only made 4. Which I was glad about, because to be honest, when I watch the old Universal classic monster ones, it's always the Mummy ones that I least look forward to. I think they're the slowest paced. And to be honest, I think I've actually enjoyed the Hammer ones more than I did the Universal ones, which surprised me. Because again, I was always, it's got to be Boris Karloff as the Mummy. However, the Boris Karloff one is pretty damn fine. This was the first one, just called The Mummy. And it's got Peter Cushing in and Christopher Lee. And it's Christopher Lee who's the Mummy. I need to watch this again because when I watched it, I was prattling about on my phone and I just remember thinking, God, this is so slow. But that's what happens when you don't pay attention. So I need to watch that one again. This, again, is like the Frankenstein one. You get 3 discs if it stops blaring. Do you get a bonus film? I can't remember. Let's have a look. Unwrapping the Mummy. House of Horror Memories, The World of Hammer. Stolen Face. Yeah, another bonus feature film on DVD disc 2. And it's from 1952. Stolen Face, Hammer feature film. I'm assuming that's black and white. Never heard of that one, and I haven't watched that one yet either. This case arrived damaged. It was sealed as well. So you get the Mummy on Blu-ray and on DVD, and then your bonus discs. It's the bonus disc, this is certificate 12, and the Blu-ray, but for some reason the DVD is a PG. I don't know. The Mummy. The second one I haven't watched yet. In fact, it's still sealed, and I have had it a long time. Neither Christopher Lee or Peter Cushing in this one. I can't say anything about it because I've never seen it. This is The Curse of the Mummy's Tomb. I really must take that cellophane off and get it watched. I got it in, not the sale that's just gone, but the one before. I've had it that long. But this is what happens because, like, I've got that much to catch up on. And I always, like I said, I always think Mummy, my least favourite ones anyway. So that's the second one, The Curse of the Mummy's Tomb. I will let you know what it's like once I've watched it. This one, I absolutely loved. This surprised me. This was so entertaining, not slow at all, and I just thoroughly enjoyed it. Again, this is one of the Studio Canal ones with the slip covers, which I haven't put with all of the main ones because the ones that belong to the groups of films like Mummy, Frankenstein and what have you, I've put them in here so I can show you them all. So this is The Mummy's Shroud. What a film this is for a mummy film anyway. Really, really enjoyed it. Great film. She is just a creepy old biffer. When she opens her gob and you see her no teeth. And again, two discs, a Blu-ray and a DVD. And I love the fact that when they do these, they always like make sure that the colour and the disc and the slip all match. I love these Studio Canal ones. These are my, even though they don't put the full colour artwork on, they do it like that. These are my favourite releases of the Hammer films. Absolutely love them. Yeah, The Mummy's Shroud. I really do recommend that one. And the last one, which I also really enjoyed, this was another kind of like what they did. Well, I said they did with the Frankenstein created woman. They do things a little bit differently. They did with this one. And this was so entertaining. I really, really enjoyed this one as well. I don't know whether I like this one or The Mummy's Shroud better, or both the same. They were both that good. And again, it's another Studio Canal one with the slip, which I've took out with the set. And this is Blood from the Mummy's Tomb. This is Valerie Leon, who is known for her assets. She was also in the High Karate men's aftershave adverts in the early 70s, which is where I first seen her when I was a kid. She's also in at least one, she might be in a couple more actually, Carry On films. She was stunning, absolutely stunning when she was younger. And there's an interview with her on this, and for an old woman, she looks really, really good. She's had no work done or anything. She's aged gracefully, and you can tell by looking at her that she used to be a very attractive woman. But this is such a good film. And again, slipcover, artwork to match, and the two discs, Blu-ray and DVD. They just look amazing. Also as well, I've noticed that the Studio Canal Hammer films, they seem to all have the best picture quality as well. There's some you watch and you might see the titles look a bit ropey, but then when it kicks in you think, wow, they haven't half cleaned it up. They do some fantastic films, Studio Canal, especially with these. So that's Blood from the Mummy's Tomb. And that is all of the Hammer Mummy films put together there. They only did the 4, and that's them. This next one is also like one of the main monsters, like what you used to get in the classic Universal ones. But this is a standalone film because they only ever did the one. They didn't do any sequels to it. And I've got to admit, it was a lot better than I expected. I thought it was going to be absolute garbage, but no, I really enjoyed it. And this one stars Oliver Reed, and it is The Curse of the Werewolf. Only werewolf film they did. These Final Cut are called. That's the company who releases these. They don't get anywhere near as good as the Studio Canal. You can tell the difference. They don't clean them up anywhere near as well. This is just pretty straightforward. No reverse artwork. Nice picture disc. No tat or frills or anything like that. It does have a couple of special features. Censoring the Werewolf, a new 13-minute documentary directed by Hammer Films historian Marcus Hearn. So that's pretty good. The Making of Curse of the Werewolf. Lycanthrope. I've lost it now. Lycanthropy. The beast in all of us. Ooh. A lycanthrope is a werewolf, just in case you didn't know that. I know most of you will, but this is also a Universal release. Don't know why Universal didn't clean it up themselves and release it. But there you go, yeah. The only werewolf film, Curse of the Werewolf, with Oliver Reed. So Curse of the Werewolf concludes the first part of my Hammer collection. I did intend to do it all in one go, but there's a lot more than what I thought. It's going to be long. This is, I don't know. This could stretch to 2, 3, possibly 4 parts. So I'm going to stop it there because it's getting quite a long video, and I hope you've enjoyed this. The second one will be coming very, very soon. So thank you very much indeed for watching, all 2 of you. I really do appreciate it. If you have subscribed, thank you so much. I really, really do appreciate it, and I love you to bits. Thank you a million. So yeah, keep watching, keep your eyes peeled. Part 2 will be coming very, very soon. Thank you so much. I shall see you all later. Ta-ta.